Voila. Voila. Yeah. I'm only coming out to play. Nothing more that I hate in this life. The wrong impression. I only have one to make.
Those words being thrown out already. C word popping up again. I'm not going to entertain that. You're not going to entertain that. But what you are going to entertain is how we should all perhaps, start talking about ways South Africa could overcome India on Sunday, because that's their next challenge. What happened against Pakistan has gone past. Same with Sri Lanka and the ODI series against England. But I want to take you back. I think it's important we all go back, in fact, to that feeling and that moment in that last over 2015 in New Zealand, semi-final against New Zealand. We need to judge South Africa from that point up until today, because what is the biggest challenge to date since that defeat in the semi-final is India. Because if they lose against India, then they may as well, I can't say they must pack their bags and come back home, because they still have a test series and T20 series in England. But it's a massive task, it's a massive occasion. India have been that, England and India have been those two teams leading the pack in terms of ticking all boxes. Even though some of the matches in other pools haven't been completed, but you see two, particularly with the Indians, a side that is well balanced, a side that is confident, a side that has quite a number of combinations, and a side that has guys in form and guys who are scoring runs when it matters. Hence, I then say it is the biggest challenge, the Proteas, since New Zealand, because this is sort of now a final match for them. They need to win this match, and the last knockout match they won was a quarter final match against Sri Lanka in the 2015 World Cup. So there's plenty to play for. There are two issues, one in the other half, one in the other half. The batters, top order. There's nothing to tinker, there's nothing to tamper with there. In terms of personnel, I'm still very happy with the top order. I'm happy with the abilities. I'm happy with what I have seen them do for South Africa. With bat, Quinton de Kock, yes, he showed signs of frustration in that second ODI. Will be tested moving forward now, because teams are quite clearly picking him up, or picking up that anything wide he will latch on, or anything short he won't be shy to jump on top of. But they have found him, or part of his game. I think now it's him to sort of step out of standing on leg or standing on middle, to sort of move around the wicket and develop his game and enhance his game into a much higher level, because he still has Hashim Amla, he still has Faf du Plessis, he still has AB de Villiers, he still has JP Dumini higher. Those are quality players with very much experience for him to play around with. And I guess that's sort of the idea that maybe the selectors have about Quinton de Kock, maybe to just be about play your cricket, play your natural game. If it doesn't work out, we still have Hashim Amla, Faf du Plessis, AB de Villiers, David Miller, JP Dumini. But again, with that order, I'm not going to talk about Faf du Plessis, AB de Villiers, whether he's in form or not. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste your data. He's a quality player. All these guys are quality players, but it's combinations with the bowling that I still have, the bowling department that I still have issues with. I still strongly believe that Moni Morkel and Kagiso Rabada are like for like. If I, would have picked it, I would have certainly picked a different a bowling unit leaving South African shores. However, what they have at their disposal, I do strongly anticipate a change with the quicks. We may see Andile Pehlukwayo getting a run. see what he can do, because he's not a swapping one for one. When you include Andile Pihlukwayo in the side, you get a bowler and a batter, a more than capable batter. So that's the only change that I'm anticipating. But Wayne Parnell, again, the issue is he doing what he's supposed to be doing for the side, opening the bowling with a brand new ball? There are talks at the moment of perhaps balls not being the same or not being what they used to be 12, 18 months ago. But what we do know that Wayne Parnell is capable of doing is pushing it out, and finding that one that sort of keeps straight. And that's what that South African bowling unit needs. It needs someone to be able to move laterally. There hasn't been any movement throughout this tournament for the quicks or the guys who try to move it around. There hasn't been anything. However, he should still be able to sort of bring it with a sharp curve back into the right-hander, or use that same delivery to a left-hander. That's what I want to see him do more. Obviously, with Kagiso Rabada applying the Yorker that he has, which is very beautiful at the back end, high up in that power play in the first 10 overs. I would love to see him bowl that Yorker, because I think he will get more deviation with the ball, because it's still new, still shiny. And sneak in a couple of Yorkers in those first 10 overs. But apart from that, I think we have more than enough to match up against India. I think we've got more than enough to go over India, particularly in conditions that will be perhaps more suited to our side than the other side. But again, plenty to play for. Stick around, join the conversation.
It's yours, it's mine. And look at the time. My God. So precious. It's yours, it's mine.